Hello YouTube, my name is Lars and I'm an animator who's been working as a storyboard artist for the past 11 years. Today you'll get a short introduction to what exactly is storyboarding. Storyboarding is the process of converting a manuscript into a series of pictures. If you introduce time to that, it's generally referred to as an animatic, a series of pictures in time. Storyboards are an essential tool of early visual communication in any film project. If you're working with others in a team, you need everybody to share the same vision of the project. A good storyboard tells the actors what to emote, it tells the cameraman where to shoot, what to shoot, it tells the light artist what to illuminate. All of this can be done in a script as well, but film is a visual media, and as such it makes perfect sense to visualize this instead. You can write, here's a car chase, but it won't make sense until you flesh it out. If you work alone, you still need to adhere to some sort of vision probably. Nobody has the overview of every key element of filmmaking at the same time. And by sitting down and actually doing the thought work that goes into storyboarding, you free up your brain power later on to focus on all the various subjects that need focus. You take out some of the guesswork and replace it with conscious choices. Whether your boards are planned out and drawn meticulously and beautifully for an animated project, for layout and background artists to develop further, even if they're scribbles on a napkin, they still need to be there. If you just show up on the first day of shooting thinking, let's see where the script takes us, you are probably gonna have a lot of headaches in the editing room. There's a saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And just about everything in filmmaking needs planning. Now the weird thing about storyboards is that nobody's ever gonna see them outside of the people working on the film. Once they've played their part early on, they can just be discarded and forgot about. Yet, if done correctly, they make up the backbone of the film. Who's the actor playing to, if not the plan of what came before and what comes next? How are you going to start your animation if you don't know where you are? This might seem like a daunting subject, and the more you think about it, the more it actually is. But if you really break it down to the layer components, it all gets a lot more simple. Let's take an example. I found this piece of script for the Godfather film, and I actually found the piece that it describes on YouTube as well, so this might be an overlay. The original screenplay had a much more frantic approach to this sequence. You had cars leaving, doors opening, and multiple people at multiple places. Instead, in the final film, it's been really condensed. You have the Don entering from screen right to screen left, crossing the direction of Tom, the henchman adopted son of his. It's a set that's been heavily established earlier on, so there's no need to spend time on that. Instead, there's a calm, lingering feeling to this shot. The Don sits as a sort of guest in what could be described as his own throne room. We then have a back and forth with nothing else but the core acting.
My wife is crying upstairs. I hear cars coming to the house. Consigliere of mine, I think you should tell your Don what everyone seems to know.
I didn't tell Mama anything. I was about to come up and wake you just now and tell you.
But you needed a drink first.
Yeah.
And now you've had your drink.
They shot Sonny on the causeway. He's dead.
This would have been a very quick and simple storyboard to produce, but it's a pretty pivotal scene in the film, and knowing to let the actors carry it through is part of what makes it great. Less is more. Now this whole segment is almost 3 minutes long, and it consists of basically 3 frames. You have a lead into an already established scene and 2 medium close shots of talking heads. 3 shots shows a hefty scene, and it's crammed full of drama and tension and superb acting, but it's not advanced in the sense of storyboarding. Now, you should bear in mind when we're looking at great cinema for storyboarding input that we're looking at the answer and not the question. And boarding is all about asking the right questions. What is our stage? What are the feelings we need to convey to the audience? How can we thread the different events of the script without it feeling contrived and breaking the suspension of disbelief? We're lifting the actions and emotions of the script into the minds of the audience through visual communication. And everything about how we do this matters. What lens are you using? How close do you get to the actors? When do you reveal your establishing shot? Do you do that right away, or do you do it after an emotional start? Maybe you get into the scene and then you see where you're at. This all plays to a different vibe. If the Godfather scene started with the henchman contemplating how to break the message to Corleone, this would skew the whole sequence, making it about his feelings rather than the seeming lack of reaction from Corleone. This wouldn't do the film any good later on. 3 panels, but the possibilities are virtually endless. You can play up the drama, play up the suspense, or you can calm down and anticipate in infinity. But no great cinema is ever the result of chance. Like all great crafts, the seemingly simple is often what takes most practice and thought. I hope this has given you a better understanding of what storyboards are and why we need them in filmmaking. I'll be using this channel to dive deeper and deeper into all the various bits and pieces of filmmaking and storyboard in particular. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, consider subscribing. Leave a comment if you have any questions or subjects you would like me to cover. Let's get better together.